just a cursory glance on the fucking Bill Burr search bar on Twitter, and you will understand exactly what I fucking mean, okay? I don't think there's any point in joining a pod with a viral tweet aimed at Bill Burr and his wife is just a slight exaggeration of the worldview that says all people... Yeah. Oh, this is the one. Gen Z calling Bill Burr a racist. Bill Burr and his beautiful wife, Nia. First of all, this is a really dumb fucking take. Like, Bill Burr and his worldview on race has definitely been guided by both Patrice O'Neal, his old friend, and also his wife as well, right? This is how people operate. But he's not a fucking racist person. But having a black wife does not absolve you from being racist, okay? There are plenty of fucking people who fetishize and still are racist as fuck. The hilarity, of course, is that someone literally said this, okay? You have to look at it contextually. Like, you have to literally look at it contextually. Bill Burr is not a racist person. Bill Burr has a black wife, but that does not absolve him of being racist. But he's just not a fucking racist person. He's actually a lot more woke than a 50-year-old Bostonian, okay? You're being ridiculous if you think a 50-year-old Bostonian like Bill Burr is racist in comparison to the rest of the fucking country. So this guy goes, while I'm not suggesting Bill Burr is a racist, a white man having a non-white wife can sometimes be a sign of racism. You shouldn't assume someone is a racist just because they own a minority sex servant. They may very well have one because they're racist. No one said she was a sex servant. You are the one who said that. Why is... Like, this is insanely racist. This is infinitely more racist than this fucking photo. Okay? Considering a black wife to be a fucking minority sex servant is completely psychopathic. Okay? So... it's ridiculous. People saying ban white people, whatever. Hold on. Where is it? Where is the other one? Oh, people that like fucking literally looked at Twitter to try to figure out like what the worst takes are. People that fucking literally went to Twitter to find like what the worst goddamn takes are. It's just outrage culture, okay? These guys are outrage merchants. Do you understand? They're all like so much so that most of these motherfuckers make up their own fake left-wing accounts. Like, when you can't find someone who is, like, legitimately upset at a fucking take like the one Bill Burr had, which was not even remotely fucking racist or anything like that, shut the fuck up, then literally right-wingers will go out of their way to create fake soy accounts or whatever just so they can dunk on it. It's dumb as fuck. Okay? It's dumb as fuck. Bill Burr's entire appeals came to me so I can move on to the most profitable. Anyway, I don't think anyone actually fucking got mad, but here's her response. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Oh, the reason why Bill Burr was going to be a segue to Bill Maher is because of... And, you know, here it is. Remind that Bill Burr doesn't give a fuck about the culture war bullshit between performatively woke liberals and anti-woke hacks. He's just vibing. Exactly. No, that's why... That's partially why I'm at where I'm at as well, as far as fucking liking Bill Burr goes.
I think you're a great comic, but I thought tonight maybe we would like sort of share a cry together because
well, I gotta pee.
I think we have something in common, which is that we think political correctness may be ruining comedy, or at least threatening it. Because I know you've had your problems with that, and you did a routine recently about how women like it rough, and then, of course, the internet police got all over you.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't notice if that happened, because I don't pay attention to it. I don't read comments.
Happened. Yeah, they hated you.
Yeah, but who did?
The haters.
This is my thing. Who? Like 20 people? Like 20 people with a hashtag can get like a news story going now. And I just don't think, there's no problem. Like the amount of times somebody tells a joke and they'll say that there's a controversy at a comedy club. That's funny is they'll show the clip on the news. and like you hear the crowd laughing. So the comic is basically guilty of telling a joke that worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if you put it on the news, yeah, it's going to be a completely different context. But I mean, I don't go on stage and worry about what people are thinking.
Right.
It's a really weird time where people are just bringing this up all the time like this is a major problem. I'm not experiencing it. I think it's like a half a dozen stories, and like usual, they're trying to act like, you know, the sky is falling. It isn't. It's a fun time. Come out to a comedy club. You know, you'll have a good time. It's all jokes.
Right. And to undergo that, I mean, Chris Rock says he won't play colleges anymore because they're too politically correct. Daniel.
You just ignore them. It's like 3 days. They flip out for 3 days. They try to bully you into an apology.
Well, you can't ignore them when they're right in the audience and you're playing to them.
You tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, believe me.
It's a comedy show. That's all you do.
Yeah.
It's like...
Sweetheart, I do it here.
It's not actually comedy. Like, there you go. I mean, it's ridiculous to, like, lose your fucking mind over comedians that are trying out their fucking bits, especially because, like, they're going to fail and they're not going to be funny. And some people definitely do shelter the "it's just jokes, bro" to fucking try to traffic their racism, right? They'll use the deflection or the shelter of, like, I'm just trying to be funny, when their real actual interest is, like, promoting white supremacist talking points. Milo Yiannopoulos is a great example of this. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't fucking mean that, like, every comedian that is testing out a bit is unironically racist.
Every week.
I thought it was kind of gross. He made a joke about feminists right after another femicide. Yeah, dude. Bill Burr is keeping up to fucking femicide occurring in Mexico. And that's why he was talking about feminists. Like, again, if you're going to stretch that fucking hard to, like, tie it back, I mean, you can literally never say white feminists in America are being ridiculous about a thing because femicide is ongoing. Motherfuckers watch too much Democracy Now! I swear to God. It happened in the UK. There was a big issue in Turkey as well. And there's also an ongoing problem in Mexico with it as well. I think it happened in the UK recently as well. The only reason why I know about all this shit is because I fucking nonstop cover the news and my brain is full of idiotic shit and horrifying realities that happen all the time. But expecting others to know that, or at least, like, tailor their fucking jokes around that is ridiculous. Especially because, like, it's not something that's in the forefront of American minds at all, unless you seek it out. But yeah, and the joke that Bill was making was literally about how you got a fucking old white guy promoting, like, a bunch of Latin Grammys.
It's
you don't have to tell me.
Manufactured strategic outrage.
Right. Then forget it. Let's not have a good cry together. But as long as
I think you have a weak spot for opinions on comics, i.e. liking Joe Rogan. No, I think I'm a normal human being, luckily. And you get to hear someone who is legitimately... you get to hear someone that's legitimately a person who believes in uplifting marginalized communities tell you that, like, normal human beings are going to look at you and laugh at you and make fun of you for being fucking psychotic or having points of view like this. Also, literally go to my YouTube channel and look at every fucking YouTube video I've done on Joe Rogan. Anyway. Fuck Bill Maher, Islamophobe piece of shit. That's true. I think, yes, I think that a lot of people in my audience just like have never laughed in their lives and don't understand it and don't want it. Like, they want ethical comedy or whatever the fuck they believe is ethical comedy or some shit. I have a bunch of nanettes in my audience, okay? A bunch of Hannah Gadsby's. Yeah, you want a fucking TED Talk? Okay, I got it.
I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe with the money flying at her, the juxtaposition of that versus some of the things that we've canceled.
Sorry, I don't laugh at racism, dude. Did I say you should laugh at racism? Did I say racism is funny? Racism can't be funny. There's definitely a lot of instances where the stupidity that creates racist thoughts can absolutely be hilarious and you can laugh at it. But again, Bill Burr wasn't being racist there. What should I do? Should I give him a full? Yeah, I think he's just edging. He just wants to fucking...
Recently, some of the things we have said are too dangerous to continue while we're talking about WAP, which stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket and the whole thing. Now, again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it? So fine. But the strange way we deal with cancel culture, the strange way that the mainstream version...
Damn, really banned someone for saying racism isn't funny? Yeah, I did. I banned someone for trying to derail the conversation and describe a position that I do not hold to me. If you're missing the point, you can catch this ban too. You can catch these hands, motherfucker.
Version of everything that we get is so out of whack with reality. So we took out Mr. Potato Head because he was a Mister, and now he's just Potato Head. He's got no gender, even though really his gender was only decided whether you put the mustache on him, although I'm pretty sure girls can have mustaches now. And the point is that we get rid of all of these things, and then we say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe, that's all okay.
What Dave is trying to do here, I called him Ben because like it's classic fucking Ben Shapiro takes here that he's trying to do. This is social conservatism, which is, you know, American culture is degenerate, and this like SJW, you know, third wave feminists and like you know, new feminists and gender queer Marxists and whatnot have degenerated American culture to a point where like, you know, we're celebrating wet ass pussies and whatnot. But he's not. But he's like a fucking lifetime California gay lib. So it's very hard for him to like say the social conservative lines correctly. So he's like, yeah, we are celebrating wet ass pussies. Like, just work on it, you fucking dork. Maybe you'll be able to figure it out. What he was trying to say here is what I already said, which is that Western civilization relies on our superior culture. Our superior culture is degenerating as a consequence of socialists and SJWs that are making it so that it is normal to have a wet-ass pussy. We should not celebrate leaking pussies. That's what his take is. Anyway. It's top of the hour every hour, 60-second ad break. I gotta show you guys the fucking funniest thing that the Chapo boys discovered and were making fun of. This is my favorite person, well, I'll get into it in a second, but this movie is the worst movie of all time. It's fucking hilarious. I never would watch it. I didn't know it existed, but I'm eternally grateful that someone was able to clip out some of these best parts of this incredible fucking movie. We're gonna take a look at it in a brief moment, boys, girls, and bees. It's gonna be awesome. Hold on. But before we do that, it's top of the hour. Every hour, it's time for a 6-second ad break. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on me, your favorite streamer. And if you would like to, here's the ad now. Okay. Okay, so this is...
It's a dream.
A movie of a fucking psychopath girl boss. Basically the American Psycho. But for like a female-centric American Psycho. If you were to think that the American Psycho Patrick Bateman was actually very cool and literally the fucking was actually doing the right things, right? The reason why we're looking at this right now is because it's the worst movie ever created, but also because it was created by Steve Mnuchin's wife. Steve Mnuchin is was a prominent figurehead in the Trump administration, but also on top of that is responsible for a fuckload of Hollywood movies, I believe, including the I believe including some of the Marvel movies. So let's take a look. Yeah, the Marvel shit, the Lego movie.
It's a dream.
No neighbors, huh? Throw some pretty sweet parties. Won't get any noise complaints.
Oh, there never is.
Activate party mode.
I don't want to get dumb-cud.
It's a dream.
That's literally a scene from this fucking movie. This is her dancing with a severed head.
This fucking thing is broken. This fucking thing is broken.
She can't figure out what her accent is. I think she's like Scottish. There have been 3 actors in this film so far. I'm halfway done. The film routinely references other films. One thing audiences like is references. That way they can relate to the film easier. Like, it's so good. I now that I've seen these clips, by the way, I'm probably gonna watch this movie. Like when the Chaba Boys were describing it, I didn't realize how fucking bad it actually was. But now that I've seen clips of the fucking movie, I have to watch it. This is Mnuchin's wife, by the way. Mnuchin did the Suicide Squad, not Marvel, sorry. Here, let's take a look at this clip. This is so good.
For example, Dirty Harry, Atomic Blonde, Tomb Raider, Taxi Driver, Deadpool, 1, 2, probably 3. Taxi Driver had a gun in it? Shooter. Zero Dark 30, The Lost Train from Gun Hill, The Way of the Gun.
Also, it's impossible to watch this on stream because, like, the entire movie apparently is just one big fucking DMCA violation. Literally, they bought the rights out for like every fucking popular song from the 70s, 80s. So I don't even know why they spent so much money on it. It's so, I mean, I know why, because fucking Mnuchin's wife's like crazy project. But yeah, it's literally like I can't even watch this. Like I can't even watch it because like the background music is just like constantly playing.
John Wick, American Sniper.
Wait.
John Wick, American Sniper.
What the fuck was that, dude?
Gun Crazy, Skyfall.
The Naked Gun 2.5. Savages! Woo! Wonder Woman! Navy SEALs. James Bond. Machine Gun Preacher. 2 guns. Johnny's got his gun.
It's like, why did they think that this was like a funny sequence? Why did they think this was a funny sequence to put in? There are around 5 accents in this clip, not one of them identifiable. A real review. Louise Linton's film Me, You, Madness is a very entertaining dark comedy. Louise Linton and Ed Westwick are superb actors. I enjoyed the movie from beginning to end. The 80s pop music was perfect in this movie. I also enjoyed seeing actor-director Jimmy Din make a brief appearance in the movie. Okay, that's not a fucking... Dog, that's not a real review. That's a Yelp review, okay? For a movie. Like, that's not exactly... Oh, still better than Uncut Gems? Shut the fuck up. It's like a business school randomly had a presentation. Ed Westwick is literally a rapist. Can we not? I'm glad you pointed that out because I was just about to promote Ed Westwick for being so good. I love Ed Westwick, dude. I love this movie and I love Ed Westwick. Can we not what? Can Zoomers fucking finish a question? I sound like Bill Maher right now, but like, can you dumbasses fucking be like, can you not cover Ed Westwick, please? Like, just finish a fucking question instead of fucking speaking in Minecraft speak, okay? I'm sick and tired of fucking Zoomers being like, oh my God, can you not? You little dramatic shits. Shut the fuck up! Yeah, Twitter, do your thing, okay? Better than Elysium? Fuck yourself, okay? Louise Linton's idea of sophistication?
On the rare occasion that I find myself in a bind, I find my way out with undeniable, exhausting ease.
Undeniable, exhausting ease. What is her accent? Why does she have so many different accents? Also, what the fuck is undeniable, exhausting ease? Who wrote this? This is like film students. Freshman film students would write a better fucking movie than this.
Rare occasion that I find myself in a bind, I find my way out with undeniable, exhausting ease.
She's Scottish and she also wrote this. Is this the Minuchin Wife movie? Yeah, I wish there was more. I wish we could watch more of it. It makes me very sad that there isn't more of it. I hate to say this, but she's insanely hot. So the thing is, like, I find her irresistible. I've talked about her before because the picture of her in the picture of her holding up the banknotes with those fucking leather driving gloves is etched into the back of my mind, okay? Like, those leather gloves that she's holding onto, I don't know if it's like some Freudian shit. I don't know what it is, but like, it is literally... It is just one of the sexiest photos I've ever seen. She literally looks like a fucking Bond villain, okay? And watching this... I mean, dude, come on. Like, I don't even see anyone else in this photo when I look at this photo. So, I mean, I've talked about this photo a lot. I've talked about this photo a lot. Do you understand? Fuck Stephen Mnuchin, though. Okay, we don't know if she does. Okay, we don't know that. But what I'm trying to say here is that, you know, this photo, again, is etched in the back of my mind. But after seeing these clips, they're so fucking bad, especially this dancing one, where, like, she just randomly breaks into dance. It's like, it's over. I can't, like, I'm winning. I am no longer losing. Amazon horny for those run-of-the-mill white tennis-playing housewives? Can you not? This is really problematic, Sweaty. Twitter, do your thing. Girl, chile. Anyway. You like Elysium? That movie is literally just an interesting premise around an FX sizzle reel with bad takes like that. Is no surprising. No, I like world building, and I think Elysium is like probably the greatest, probably the greatest depiction of an anarcho-capitalist dystopia than any other movie. Like it's a perfect fucking movie for what our future looks like in America. That's pretty much it. And I like it. District 9 is great too. Bro, I heard you the first fucking 11 times you said it, okay? Fucking weirdo. This is why I can never interact with women on this fucking platform. You never seen The Children of Men? No, it's great. Elysium is not my favorite movie, guys.
Elections last for 1 day or 10 days?
I would say 10 days. It's still harder for some people, yeah, so I would say 10.
It's harder for who? To vote?
Yeah.
Who?
Like minorities.
It's harder for minorities to vote?
They get less options and things like that.
Should 16-year-olds be allowed to vote?
Yeah, I actually do think young people should be allowed to vote.
Okay.
Especially younger people.
Should felons be allowed to vote?
Yeah, I think they still should be able to vote.
In jail?
In jail too, yeah. Prison, yeah.
So felons have the right to vote in jail. Do they have the right to have a gun in jail?
No.
Oh. Well, why not?
Wow. Incredible logic. Oh my god. That guy just got fucking rolled. If felons should be able to have the right to vote, should they be able to have the right to roam freely and do murders? No? Well, I guess you just got fucking owned. You just got brutalized. Is that really the gotcha that you had? I just fucking epically owned you in the marketplace of ideas.
Right now, you just got epically owned.
What happened? Why'd you guys throw that up?
They're still American citizens.
They're game bangers in jail. They'll kill each other.
Oh, okay. But they can vote how I live my life.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, why not? Yeah, I don't get it. Why not?
Democrats want to fundamentally change the way we do elections in this country. They want to do away with photo ID requirements and allow 16-year-olds to vote. Let's see what the people at Clearwater think and if they even know that this is happening. If you guys like my videos, you can go to patreon.com/CaitlinBennett to support my work and talk to me one-on-one. $5 a month gets you into a private Facebook group with me and other like-minded people. It's a good time. See you there. Do you guys know anything about a bill being proposed right now called HR 1?
No, what's it about?
Okay, so it's about For the People. It says it's a For the People Act, and I want to go down some things, only 5 things. You tell me yes or no if you would be okay with these things being implemented in the U.S. Here we go. Should American elections be completed in 1 day or 10 days?
10.
I would say 10 as well.
Okay.
So, like, why is she ever gonna make an argument? Is she ever gonna make an argument as to like why it's bad that like doing it in 10 days is bad? Because that's what I want to figure out. Like, does she ever say something, or is she just asking them questions to like to get them to get her audience who already fucking hates these people because they are being presented as like libs, to look like silly or something. I don't really understand this one.
Need a little bit longer for everybody to just get actual decision and to have like an accurate count instead of just being all over the place in one day.
Okay. All right. So election season.
Like couple, like
I don't get it. Like, okay, election season. It already exists.
a few months, three to 6 months or so.
3 to 6 months for an election?
Well, you know, just to get everybody's side, just to hear everything.
Should American elections last 1 day or 10 days?
Oh, 10 days.
10 days?
Yeah.
A day. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe a few days.
You think people should go?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about people casting their votes. Should they have 1 day, like traditionally it's been, to cast their votes, or should they be awarded 10 days to go and cast their votes on any of that day?
I think
10 days.
I think 1 day, because it's
People,
always been like that.
what if they have 1 day that they have to vote? They're busy, you know. They need a longer time. They need, like, what if on Monday is election day? Oh, I'm busy the entire day. People with kids and stuff, they go off for work, go get the kids.
You don't think 4 years is enough time to plan to go vote that day?
Bro, this dude literally just got out of the fucking cold water, okay? His pee-pee is shrinking, and he can craft a legitimate argument against these idiotic comments. Like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, when you're getting owned by a shirtless dude who just got out of the fucking water, like, just get out, okay? It's literally just common sense. He's just like, yeah, I mean, what if I'm working that day? Like, I don't know. What if I gotta work? Yeah, okay. That's literally the reason why there should be more days to vote. Early voting is good for that literal reason. What a king! What a fucking god, dude.
Yeah, it is, but you never know what's gonna happen that day. Like 4 years, yeah, I'm getting ready to vote this day, and then a day comes and something could just pop up, and like, damn, I can't make it now.
Should American elections go on for 1 day or 10 days?
Do people actually think you can just like schedule your day off like 4 years in advance to go out and vote? I just don't understand. Like, are there actually idiots in my chat right now? I wonder that like unironically go, that's actually a good point. Like, are you fucking stupid? Have you never been a fucking adult in your life? First of all, you can't. Like, you just can't do that. Okay? You can't take time off to go fucking vote. Most employers would be like, yeah, fuck off. No, you're working. Shut up. Here's a way to fucking deal with that problem. Make it a national holiday. But you won't.
I would say 10 days.
10 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you want to change it? Because right now we have election day. You want election 10 days. Why?
Oh, I just feel like there should be more time, you know?
More time.
We should have a longer period.
Okay.
You know, that's just me, though. That's
Right.
my personal preference.
Yeah, because
Wait. I feel like this is yet another video where this is supposed to be owning the libs, but she just like makes them come across as like normal. Like, here's a drunk guy enjoying a fucking day off, you know, drinking White Claw, just absolutely brutalizing the conservative point of view by just being like, yeah, why shouldn't people have some more time to fucking figure out when to vote?
4 years is not enough to decide when to cast your vote.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty. Should
Fucking
American
owned.
elections?
Oh my God! Wait, wait. There's no way conservatives are like, wow, that's a really good counter. 4 years, yeah, exactly. Let me ask you something, bitch. Do you know who you're gonna vote for in the next election? No, because they're not even running yet. What is this 4-year mentality, motherfucker? What's going on? Let's say you're like, oh, I'm gonna vote for Trump. Okay, what if he dies in between now and fucking 4 years from now? So do you need another 4 fucking years to decide who you're gonna vote for, idiot?
Lasts for 1 day or 10 days?
I think 10.
I'd say 10. Yeah.
10.
Gives more people the opportunity.
Yeah.
That way there's not so many like people rushing to get there on the same day.
Has that historically been a problem, you think?
I mean, this year there was just...
In America, there's never been a problem with voter suppression. So I'm glad that she is unable to... unable to comprehend.
I think it was this year because you could do it so many ways, but then with the way everything happened and like all the counting and everything. It was just a whole
It's also really hard for a lot of people to actually get votes with certain, I don't know, minority issues. So I would say
I'm just talking about casting the vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
it's
say
still
10
harder
days.
for some people. Yeah, so I would say 10.
It's harder for who to vote?
Yeah.
Who?
Like minorities.
It's harder for minorities to vote?
They get less options and things like that. It was actually easier for the casting ballots for them than how it is with certain ways with like the regular.
I bet she's gonna say, you're being racist.
Actually standing in line and stuff like that. It gets a little complicated.
To watch today's uncensored and behind the scenes.
No one wants to see you uncensored, all right, dumbass.
Oh.
Completed in 1 day or 10 days?
Oh.
Yes! I feel like 1 day. Yeah. One.
Bro, why do you have your phone out? Like, can you describe to me, like, what are you reading from your notepad? Should voting be 1 day or 10 days? Like, what effective counters that I have for this? Well, you have 4 years. Like, is that what it is? Is that why you got your fucking phone out, dude? That you need to read your fucking notes when you're asking people, should the voting be done in 1 day or 10 days? What a dumbass, dude. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna fucking own you so hard. Just wait. What about, hold on. What about 4 years? You have 4 years.
Day.
Why not 10?
So like people don't like think about it too much, I guess. So they have just like a solid answer right there in the first day, you know?
Yeah. I feel like if we had 10 days, we would procrastinate and probably not even vote.
Yeah.
Then it would turn into 20 days.
Yeah, bad enough. Like people don't vote as it is.
Yes.
So
should American elections be completed in 1 day or over the span of 10 days?
I say 1 day. It shouldn't take that long.
I say 1 day.
1 day? Okay. You don't think people need 10 days to go cast a vote?
No.
No. Why do you think that way about minorities?
Wonder why the fucking boomers, the big gulps, had that take.
Because most minorities don't get to vote. If you've like looked at the records in the past and everything, it's been a lot harder. Most like in America, white privileged people.
This person is trying so hard to describe this concept, and I applaud her for it. Okay, she's like, she's around it. She's around what she's like. She's trying to say it. She's dancing around it. She's almost near it, but you know. Can someone describe to me what's going on here, please? Like, why is everyone who's been dishonorably discharged after basic training immediately hired by the fucking Liberty Hangout Protection Squad? What is happening with this?
Get a lot more votes in than minorities do.
But why?
I think it's just the way that a lot of like things are set up, and there's a lot of still racial issues and things like that that are in just engraved in the way that things are built on. Just like the way that things are set up and like the way you cast your ballot and things like that. It's just a whole system problem.
Talk about inmates. Should felons be allowed to vote?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I think once they get out, they should be able to vote. You know, I don't think it's fair just because they're locked up in the system. You know, they made a mistake. But if they have a second chance to be out, they should be able to vote.
You think mass?
Oh my God, these people are awesome, dude. Fuck, this is like, fuck. It's been a while since I've watched a Boo Boo Bennett video that has, you know, made me feel better about America and the people in it. But this, weirdly enough, is having the opposite effect that was intended by Boo Boo Bennett and her editors, which was to, of course, own the libs and make them look silly. But I'm hearing Normans talk like this, and it makes me happy.
Mass murderers.
I love that the title is "We Are Doomed." By the way, this is like pretty good. These are
dictate if I have the right to defend myself with the firearms. The Second Amendment. Should they be allowed to vote on my gun rights? And rapists, once they get out, do you think they should be able to vote on my gun rights? If I should be able.
Wait, what? What do you think? Rapists are gonna fucking vote against gun rights or something? This is by By the way, this isn't just Boo Boo Bennett's argument. This is even Anderson Cooper brought this up to, or was it Anderson Cooper or Chris Cuomo that brought it up to Bernie Sanders, who was like, oh, so everyone should be able to get a vote? So you want the Boston bomber to vote? Is that what you want? You want the Boston bomber to be able to vote so that, you know, he could organize inside of the prisons and then everyone would vote for the president to be the Boston bomber. Like, it's a child brain. Like, a child brain mentality. Oh, if prisoners will be allowed to vote, then they'll vote to make rape legal. You got to be literal baby brained to be like, oh yeah, we can't let prisoners vote because, like, they'll make crime legal with their votes.
Able to defend myself?
I'm gonna say yes, because people change. I'm not gonna say that everybody stays the same.
Right.
I know some murderers who turned into, you know, good people.
Yeah.
So, you know, not everybody stays the same. So, you know.
Except for fucking dumbass conservatives who believe that you are unable to change, especially Boo Boo Bennett. Everyone can be reformed except for this dumbass.
Gun rights or not, people are gonna be people. You know,
king, by the way, absolute king.
Should felons be allowed to vote? Yes or no?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I don't know.
I think it kind of depends on what they're a felon for, really. Yeah.
And then, like, if depending on how they get.
I applaud morons when they agree with me. Yes, it's moronic to say things such as, yes, people fuck up, but they should still be able to vote after they've served their time. That's a really moronic take. I think that says a lot more about you than anyone else, to be honest. Like, if you genuinely consider that to be a moronic take, then I believe you are the moron, my friend. Actually, we should probably not ban that guy. I'm going to keep him as a pet. Where did he go? Can one of the mods unban him? Sorry. We should keep him as a pet.
Got out, like, I don't know if it was.
Hey, by the way, I don't even think that they should. I think they should be able to vote while they're serving too. For the record, not even after they're done with their service or their term. I think they should be able to vote in prison. I do believe that 100%.
For if they serve their time and they had a chance to make like a difference and prove that they have changed, then I don't know. I feel like it would depend. I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I see violent felons probably shouldn't be allowed. They don't have good behavior.
It's like a behavioral issue.
But if you gave too much money, like Dinesh D'Souza gave too much money to a campaign once, you know, okay, you could probably go ahead and vote.
I mean, if they're still...
Yeah.
They're still American citizens.
You mean
in jail?
You mean in jail? That's what I was asked.
What do you think? In jail, after jail?
Yeah, I think they still should be able to vote.
In jail?
In jail too, yeah. Prison, yeah.
Would it make sense if I told you I don't think a rapist in jail should be allowed to tell me how I should live or dictate who my president is?
I don't understand what she thinks like voting is. It's very strange to me that she thinks like voting in a democratic election is telling you how to live your life. It's very odd. Also, not every person who's in jail is a rapist, you fucking moron. Also, if you're upset about sexual assault, then why the fuck are you a Trump supporter? I don't even know where to begin with that sentiment. I guess there aren't really a lot of options. Like, a lot of the people who are fucking running for president have a couple skeletons in their goddamn closet. But it's very weird. If you elect the rapist to president, he will legalize rape via executive order. I mean, yeah, that would be terrible if that happened. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that makes sense, yeah, but...
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
What about a mass murderer? Do you think he has the best opinions for how this country should be run? You think he should...
It's one vote, asshole. It's one vote. It doesn't matter, okay? You're limiting millions of people's votes by hyper-focusing on one fucking person. Okay, let's say we allowed that mass murderer to vote. Okay, what happened? Did he make mass murder legal now with one vote? Are you fucking that dumb? It's the constant, like, this is not just Republicans. Liberals do this too. Whenever I talk about, like, democracy in the workplace, people will literally turn around and be like, you mean the janitor's going to be the CEO now? Like, no, dude. No. It's one fucking vote. The janitor's going to have a say in the process. Not the only fucking voice that matters, but a voice that matters because it currently does not matter. Okay? Like literally, it's always like, it's so weird that people just cannot comprehend how fucking democracy operates. Like they're just like, oh, one mass murderer being allowed to vote means mass murder is legal now. By the way, mass murder is legal. It's the American military-industrial complex.
Tape the rest of it for all of us?
I guess not, but it also depends on like their sentence, and that's hard to like.
But there's also people who have done horrible crimes that haven't been caught, and they're out here voting. So you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. So felons have the right to vote in jail. Do they have the right to have a gun in jail?
No.
Oh. Well, why not? They're still American citizens.
Dude, what does she think? Like, does she think ballot measures are just added on, and that like the amount of fucking felons in prison, or the amount of people in prison at the time are going to be able to vote to have guns in jail? Like, what? This is literally like a 12-year-old brain. This is how a 12-year-old thinks. Conservatism is just being a physically an adult while maintaining the mentality of a 12-year-old. Like, even they're like, what? He's like, I forgot to put a shirt on after this. Like, it's so dumb that I'm stun locked into this conversation.
Gang bangers in jail to kill each other.
Oh, okay. But they can vote how I live my life.
Yeah.
I love the consistency, though. I have to say, I love the consistency. I'll give you points for that one, even though you're totally wrong. Should felons be allowed to vote?
Yeah. I mean, they have opinions too, you know what I mean? And they're part of, like, America.
I would say no, because felons, they actually know what they did to get in trouble. So as a repercussion, you don't get to vote. So you lost your vote.
So change your mind?
A little bit, yeah. Just a little bit. But, like, I don't know. I think everyone's counts, so.
Yeah. I personally don't want rapists telling me what I should probably do.
Okay, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking of, like, I was not even thinking about that. Yeah,
Oh, wow, you really fucking got them, dude.
you're right.
Should felons be allowed to vote?
I say yes, because it's still gonna be, it's still like their right to vote. I don't see why that should be taken away just because they're a felon, just because they made bad decisions in their life.
So do you support?
I love this idea that not only do we like in her theoretical world, we live in a democracy where like your vote actually matters, but also we live in a direct democracy where we literally directly vote on ballot measures immediately and they are implemented. Like there is no legislative body. It's just literally you go, felons can now do rape for free. Actually, we pay felons to do rape on white people. Here, let's put that on the ballot. Everyone votes. 51% of the public says yes. That's it. That's law now. We've codified it. Sorry. Like, that's how she's operating right now. Okay, the way that she's crafting this argument is literally implying that she has no understanding of how any of this works. There is no bill
For felons buying guns?
A little bit, because we still need to be out here, be able to protect ourselves from any type of danger that we can run into. So I wouldn't just say felons shouldn't be able to not be able to purchase. They should still have some type of limit to it, but still be able to have some type of concealed.
Bro, this dude literally looks like Trevor from GTA. He looks like a GTA character. I can't.
To carry.
Should felons be allowed to vote?
I think so. I know they're not.
It just depends, I guess, on the severity of the felony. I really don't even know.
I don't know what
about
being a felon would have anything to do with whether who was the president of the United States.
Well, voting is much more than that. Should a mass murder dictate voting on gun rights to defend ourselves with?
Oh,
like,
no.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What is happening? Like, how is that working? Like, she needs to describe. I need to understand how this works in her mind. Okay. Like, I literally need to understand how this works in her mind. Remember when we had constitutional rights and freedom? Joe Biden doesn't. Who else agrees that we are indeed doomed? Ideas can help identify people, I guess. I see how the average person forgets how even the simplest things work when Democrats own their minds. It's too complicated for a minority to stand in line to vote. Wow. The babbling blonde that Caitlyn just interviewed with the hat says she rambles on just like Joe Biden.
No. Okay. No, I guess not.
See, this is the problem. People don't have backbones. That's why I always fucking say it with my chest whenever you're like, oh, really? I bet you'll forget about reform or rehabilitation over incarceration if a family member of yours was raped or murdered. Like, no, I have convictions. I have a belief system. Everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone deserves an opportunity to rehabilitate. Sorry. I'm not going to engage in this baby brain bullshit and fucking literally be like, yeah, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What, like, rapists are going to be able to vote to make rape legal? No, shut the fuck up.
I agree with that one. Hey, let's take a picture together.
Together?
Yeah, we're going to take a picture together.
Oh, cool.
Put it up.
Ah, you want to together? Oh, my God. Good.
Where are you from?
Russia.
Russia?
Yeah.
Are you guys influencing the election around here?
Well, my English not very well.
They said they're from Russia, just figuring out if these are the Russian bots that are influencing our...
We got the joke, dumbass. You don't have to repeat it and explain it. Oh my God. Oh God, why did the editors actually do her so dirty? Like, the second part doesn't need to be in it.
Elections. Should 16-year-olds be allowed to vote?
Yeah, I actually do think young people should be allowed to vote.
Okay.
Especially younger people, because they have a really... You never know what a young person could be thinking. You know, some 16-year-olds are very mature.
You think someone who might not even have a job, who doesn't pay taxes, should have to...
What? Oh, dude, say it. Land owning. You think someone who doesn't own land should be able to vote? Say it. Fucking say it. You think someone who doesn't own land and isn't white should be able to vote? What are you, crazy?
Have a say in what goes on with our laws and our tax...
You don't have a job! If it wasn't for a fucking sea of horny simps who literally just hope that accidentally they will click on your uncensored, like...
Uncensored Liberty Hangout. See Boo Bennett uncensored.
If it wasn't for those fucking horny simps literally turning around and like throwing money your way, you would have no job either. So shut the fuck up.
Tax code system?
That's the thing right there. I think that's where it separates, because if you don't have a job, you ain't paying no taxes, you ain't got no say. But if you're doing something, you're paying taxes something, then yeah, you know, you should have my thing is, if you have a job and you're paying taxes, you should be able to vote.
Dude, that's the only people who should be allowed to vote.
Exactly.
Yeah, unemployed should not be able to vote is an incredible take, dude. Is an incredible take. I'm sure if you asked this guy further, if you played into it a little bit further and was like, wait, so you're saying like unemployed people shouldn't be able to vote? He'd be like, no, actually, never mind. He wants felons to fucking vote.
What she said. 110%.
Based. Should 16-year-olds be allowed to vote?
That's a tough one, because I think they're easily persuaded.
I mean, if
by
they're
their
able
peers,
to
by their
drive...
Yeah, as opposed to 70-year-olds who already have their convictions after a fucking lifetime of reactionary garbage they've been fed, in which case it's impossible to change their opinion. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, as far as 15-year-olds being able to vote, it literally doesn't matter. They're not going to vote anyway. Who gives a fuck? Allow them to vote. They're literally not going to vote. They're not going to sway the outcome. I propose a maximum cap. If we're going to have a minimum age for eligibility, I think we should have a maximum age of eligibility. I've talked about this before. It's whatever, it's adjusted to the average life expectancy. Okay? Like, I haven't decided exactly what it is, what the window is, but it should be adjusted like maybe -10 from the average life expectancy. If you're not going to see the fruits of your vote, if you are going to just vote and then die, you're not allowed to vote, okay? You have to sit in this muck for at least throughout the entire presidency of the person you voted for, and then some, okay? So 2 fucking terms plus another half a term, which means you are not allowed to vote if you're going to fucking die. If you're going to vote away and then die immediately, your vote's not going to count, okay? That's ageist? Okay, what the fuck? Then 18 is ageist too. So the cancer patients don't get to vote? No. No, the real point is mental functions. I mean, they're going through experience the impact, especially if they're poor through pension plans, healthcare access, etc. It's that classic John Mulaney joke. I don't think someone who's about to leave the restaurant should be ordering for the entire table.
And TikTok.
By their parents, the TikTok, yeah. Dad will say vote for this guy. The kid's gonna vote for this guy. You know, I'll take you out to eat, get ice cream after, whatever.
That might work on me, actually. Not really, just kidding. I know who to vote for because I'm not stupid. How does the skin color determine?
What do you mean you know who to vote for? It's 4 years out, dumbass. You don't know who to vote for. You don't even know who's going to be running. I know who to vote for because I'm not stupid. Oh, really? You know who to vote for 4 years from now? That's pretty cool. That really tells me you're a smart person.
The difficulty of casting a vote. I'm confused.
How does it determine
the difficulty of casting a vote? Yeah.
Because we've already put in difficulties. Everything's based off of where racism and a lot of our founding issues came from those. Everything was built off of it. White privilege came first. And so everything else is just like, there's still like redlining that goes on and things like that. So their communities aren't supported as much. So they don't get casting ballots that are in their city and things like that. It's all far away. And like when they already don't have enough money and like maybe they work that day and things like that, like they have to support their families. They're already
like not bad, pretty fucking
already at the lower end of the
decent.
stick. Like they don't get it. They don't get that chance.
Should photo ID be required to vote?
I don't see why that matters. I think you should just be able to vote. I mean, I know they got this thing against, inmates voting and whatnot, but I feel like, oh, really? It's crazy. But I do feel like photo ID shouldn't be required. I mean, if they want to know who you are, sure.
I love this dude. This dude is so fucking chill. He's just at the beach, wearing a t-shirt, drinking a White Claw by himself, dude. I love this guy.
That shouldn't be required. That's just me.
You think anybody should just walk in willy-nilly and be like, my name's Greg. I'm here to vote.
Okay, maybe you're right.
How do they know it's a U.S. citizen?
You're right. Okay, yes, ID. Okay. ID.
He also did say you need to be employed to vote. Okay, you can't just do that. You can't just be like, I'm Greg and I'm going to vote, okay? There is still a registration process. I'm losing my fucking mind at this. Why would you need an identification for that part of the process?
All right. I got a point. Should photo ID be required to vote?
Yes.
Okay, I have to ask because Joe Biden recently said that the black community don't have access. They don't really know how to use computers. So therefore, that's why they shouldn't be required to have an ID to vote because they can't get to the DMV to get an ID. Is that true? I noticed you're not white. So are you guys capable of getting on the computer?
Yeah, I'm capable of getting on the computer, yeah.
Statistically speaking, black people are significantly more likely to use paper identification, like paper registration to get an ID than white people are. It's literally part of the reason why in the state of Georgia, Brian Kemp at the time when he was the Secretary of State was able to purge thousands of voters from the directory, take away their registrations, because when you are more likely to sign in via paper, there are going to be there is a higher likelihood that there will be issues with your name not matching your actual identification. This is the level of surgical precision Republicans engage in when they are trying to stop black people from voting. Okay? Not just black people, poor people in general. That's what it is. So remember, when she seems to be making like a common sense point of view, there is a lot more behind the scenes.
I feel like since like we are colored people, that kind of like that statement kind of puts us down, saying how we aren't liable to get things